Okay everyone, this is lab 3. Okay, alright, so in lab 3, okay, by end of this lab you should be able to list down, create and remove files and directories. Okay, you will also learn how to change and manipulate files and directories permission. Okay, so let's start. So navigating files and directory. Okay, so how do you navigate between files and directory? The previous lab 1 and 2, okay, you will see some example that we have used earlier. The most common one is listing file, which is ls. Okay, so the basic one is ls. Most of the time what we use is ls-l. Okay, whichever listing file command you want to use is up to you. It depends on what you want to see. For example, for a simple view of your current files and directory, okay, when you hit ls, so it will just show you the list of files and directory. That's it. Okay, so in Ubuntu you are lucky because why? Okay, in here how do you differentiate between directory or folder and normal files is by the color. So the blue ones are directory and the white ones are normal files. Okay, alright. So if you want to look furthermore the information of the files and folders, directories, you need to put ls-l. Okay, so in here it tells you this one the owner of the file. Okay, this is the size of the file. Okay, and this is the date and time it was created. Okay, so this one are the permission for each of the group. We will see this in later. Okay, alright. You can also list down by using ls-a -a, right? ls-a. Okay, so when you do ls-a, you will see more files, especially these files starts with dot. Okay, so these are called hidden files, right? That is why when you do normal ls, you won't see this file. Okay, alright, so you can also list down based on file name. Okay, so ls 2 3. Okay, so it tells you that cannot access lab 3. Why? Because the file is not there. Okay, we only have lab 2 over here. Okay, alright, so that is the listing part. Okay, now we move on to the copy file. So you can actually copy file, alright, from one place to another. Okay, so let's list down first what we have. Okay, right, so I'm going to show you an example whereby I'm going to copy lab 2. Okay, I'm going to copy into the folder called music. Okay, so command will be cp, alright, your source file, cp space source file is lab 2. Okay, so where do I want to put it? I want to put it in desktop. Okay, so this is the source file, this is the destination file. Okay, alright, hit enter. Okay, if it is successful, you will see the cursor goes down, it won't throw you an error. Okay, so let's check in desktop, do we have the file called lab 2? Okay, cd desktop, go into desktop. Okay, ls, right, so you can see lab 2 is in there now. Okay, so let's check the time that we create inside the desktop. Okay, so it was created 6:40. Okay, a minute ago. It was not created earlier, so it proves that you actually copy the file into desktop. Okay, make sense? Alright. So basically you can copy any file to anywhere as long as you have the permission. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same one. I mean desktop now. Okay, I'll go back to my own folder. Okay, so I want to copy the same file. Okay, cp now laptop lab2 sorry to pictures. Okay, so cd go into directories, pictures. Yes, so you can see lab2 is in here. When was lab2 in pictures created? 642. Okay, alright. Okay, so there's a side note here. Okay, remember cd change directory. So change directory can only be used when you want to go into directory. You cannot use cd in order to go into a file. I'll show you now. Let's -L. So notice that we have the blue ones, which is folder. So you can always cd into a folder. Okay. What about if I cd lab2? So it tells you that lab2 is not a directory, it's a file. So you cannot change directory into lab2. Okay, what about more? Okay, can I more desktop? Okay, so it tells you desktop is directory. You cannot open a directory. If you want to go inside directory, you need to click cd. Okay, alright, so let's move on. Okay, renaming file. Okay, you can rename your file, okay, by using mv. Okay, so let's I want to create a copy first. Okay, let's create a copy first of cp lab2 into lab3. Okay, so I'm gonna copy lab2 into a new file called lab3. Okay, right, so ls-l. So you can see now, okay, lab2 and I've copied lab2 into lab3. Both content are the same. Okay, contents the same. Okay, so now I want to rename lab3 into a new name. Okay, so how do I rename? You need to use mv move. Okay, lab2 into a new name. Just give it a name, bcn 2053 lab2 rename. I can make it long a bit. Okay, alright, so let's check our current file. Alright, so you can see here lab2 is no longer there. We have renamed into bcn lab2 rename. Okay, alright, so be careful here. When you do copy, the original file will still be there, but if you rename, the original file won't be there. I've already shown you the example earlier. Okay, when we copy lab2 into lab3, the original lab2 remains. However, when we rename lab2 into a new name, the initial lab2 file is not there anymore. It will be deleted. Okay, alright, so be careful on that. So I've already put a note here. Okay, alright, so you can remove or destroy the file. You can remove the file actually. So how do I edit this file? You can just rm bcn. Okay, so it's no longer there. Alright, okay, so that's all for part 1. So we'll continue with the next part later.